Gentlemen, do you hear it? Do you see it? It's the cries of some whiny little bitch that you will begin to subjugate. It's the RPG podcast. It's episode 38? Question mark?
I think 39.
39? It's Guru, it's Chewy. We're continuing talking about Isekai worlds while talking a little more about the anime this week. How's it going, Lucas?
Not bad. Ah, fuck, it's fucking doing it again.
Don't worry, that sound is for something we're doing later. But anyway, there's a couple things I want to talk about before we talk about the anime this week.
Oh, totally ignore this, by the way. There's nothing going on in the background right now. Blah, 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 blah.
There's two things that happened in anime this week, well, anime and manga, that I want to talk about. So, Chuyaska, what do you want to start with, manga or anime?
While I put a picture up of us, let's go manga, because I'm cool like that.
So, I was reading the latest chapter of My Hero Academia, right? Yeah. And I mentioned to Chewy, they introduced the most ridiculous character I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that lady that said she was the student of...
The number one hero of America, Stars and Stripe. Here's a fun fact. You've seen Stars and Stripe in the anime.
Oh.
Specifically the movie.
Oh, we do. Okay.
In the movie, the one that didn't come out, the one before the one that just came out, when All Might was in America with his friend, the girl that he saved was Stars and Stripe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's a little tie-in. But, of course, she's coming in as, like, the number one hero of America to help stop, Shigaraki and All for One, right? Now, the story there is great, right? It's great. And I also think they're setting up for maybe Shigaraki not to be saved, because it seems that All for One's trying to take over Shigaraki.
Ew.
But her quirk is fucking ridiculous.
What is it?
It's called New Order. Her quirk allows her to bend the world to her will, in a sense.
Oh.
So, for example, if she the only catch is she must speak the target's name and touch it.
Oh.
So, for example, she touched herself, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
and she gave her physical strength.
Okay.
Similar to All Might.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But, like, Shigaraki had a laser shooting at her, right? Yeah. She literally touched the laser and turned it into rubber.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
But here's the catch. She can only impose 2 rules at any given time. And because she's always imposing the physical strength rule, she really can only impose 1 rule.
Okay.
But, like, this quirk is freaking ridiculous. Like, here's one thing. She can literally touch you, say your name, and say if you walk, your heart will stop.
That's a quirk.
It's insane, and like I fucking love it. It's the most. She came in riding on a stealth bomber, Chewy.
Yeah, I can't find the picture, so I'm throwing up this Tanuki. By the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Random.
Why does it wish to sleep together?
Yes.
I hate you. But the anime thing. Mob Psycho season 3 was announced.
Oh.
Have you watched season 1 or 2?
I watched season 1, but I never finished it, but I read the manga. It's really good.
Yeah, I watched both earlier this year, and I loved it. It's really good.
I mean, it's the same guys that did One Punch Man, just did a different kind of recipe, but almost still the same in a sense.
Yeah, I think that is it. But no, like, Mob Psycho has been one of the consistent shows over the past couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Season 1 was exceptionally good in its own right. Season 2 was, in my opinion, brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's getting a third season just is really nice. And it's apparently getting most of the key staff back along with the same studio, which is Bones.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the anime side and the manga side. So let's talk about the anime we watched this week.
Or last 2 weeks, really, but yeah.
Well, about a week and a half.
Yeah. All right. Which one are we talking first?
You know what? You start.
I watched Isekai Sokudo 2. We did talk about the first and second episode, right?
Let's be real. Isekai, the Restaurant to Another World is so easy to talk about.
Yeah, because it's comfy and it's very simple.
But I also feel like we'll be saying the same thing over and over again.
It's simple and comfy.
Again, I just like how the show finds a way to tie the
rest of the world in.
The rest of the world to make it logical that people would visit this place.
Yeah.
Also, I watched episode 3 and the hamburgers made me hungry.
That's the one that also had curry at the end, right?
Yeah, with the old dude trying curry with the staff.
Yeah, so, episode 3 was about hamburgers, and we got 3 new customers, which are kids.
Yeah.
Damn,
I like the little thing of how the kids were trying to connect with, like, the other species. And again, it's that little stuff, the little details that make this show so good.
Oh, and I'm talking about, like, hamburger. Not like not like the hamburger steaks they have over there. They call hamburger.
Speaking of which, I'm cooking hamburger and tomato soup for dinner today.
Good shit.
Yeah.
And they had fries. And then they had cola. I don't know if that was a thing or about it.
Can we talk about Mushoku Tensei?
Sure, I didn't watch it, though.
I like it, even though this episode was surprising. It's weird. I have this love-hate relationship with Mushoku Tensei. Like, I love everything about it, but my god, I feel it lays on the adult stuff too thick at times. Like, we get it. You want to be more adult. You want to treat things like they were back in the 1940s or 1800s, yes. But every single character we see doesn't need to be a raging pervert.
Just the way things gotta be, baby.
I know. But I thought this episode was really good. It was surprisingly straightforward for the show. Like, they had a beginning, a middle, and an end of an episode that had little to no twists. It was quite logical. And it was simple. So that kind of threw me off. But it was good. And visually, it's still stunning. It's absolute orgasmic to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's talk about a show we've both watched. Did you catch 2 episodes of Far Away, Paladin?
I only caught the beginning. I never got to the end because I went to sleep.
Well, the first 2, you've read it though, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to watch it because it is.
Okay. So we can at least talk about episode 2 because am I silly for thinking they're trying to force a reason for him to go against Gus? Because in episode 2, Blood sends him to the underground cavern, right? And then Gus just starts trying to attack him. And it just felt really weird. And there's this sense of mystery to those three characters, and I don't know if they're treating Blood and the girl the same way they are as Gus.
Honestly, no. I don't think so.
It's just interesting. Because, like, Blood, he's this, like, big, burly man who's got a heart of gold, but he is also a bit aloof. We have... Oh, what the hell's her name? I want to say Mary.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Who's this priestess who's religious to a fault, in a sense. And then we got Gus, who seems like the guy who would backstab somebody. Like, that's just the best way to describe it. When you look at Gus, you feel like he's about 10 seconds away from stabbing you in the back.
I honestly not sure. I guess Gus is to keep the feeling still of it that they still got a lot of mystery behind him, type of thing, and why they're acting that way. But I don't know. I don't think he's meant there to be the. Oh, what did you ask? Sorry, to be the target or something?
He feels like he's going to be the guy to stab the kid in the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't really get those feels, but I can understand where you're coming from. But no.
Other than that, it was good. Other than that, it was good. I really did enjoy it.
I'm still trying to watch the first episode.
Yeah, you'll get it done eventually. We haven't. There was just a new episode of Tactopi Destiny today, so I haven't watched it yet. Taylor is watching it. He's actually pretty excited to watch it, surprisingly.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't got to the second one yet, actually.
Move Love continued. It's just okay. So. Move Love Alternative is a sequel to Move Love itself, right?
Okay.
The problem is, the Move Love, the original one, was never animated.
Oh.
The only two that were animated were Total Eclipse, which is a side story in the same region.
Oh, yeah.
And Schwarzmarken, which is a prequel to, like, Move Love in general. And the reason I say that is this first episode is so hard to watch if you aren't already knowledgeable about it, because he's talking about past worlds the whole time, because it turns out our main character is a time looper.
I love time loop.
Yeah. And it works. And here's the thing. It works if you know what happened before, which I do to a certain extent. But I think anybody going in blind is just going to be lost, because I don't think they're going to explain what Alternate 4 is. I really don't think they're going to explain what Alternate 5 is. And I get this feeling the show's just going to assume if you're watching it, you already know, and I don't like that. I always say shows need to be somewhat noob-friendly.
Yeah, especially in the, like, if you're going to make a new series out of it. Type of thing.
Yeah. So while I did enjoy the second episode, I can see 100% why people would just be like, wait, what the fuck?
Or end up not watching a single episode after that.
Yeah, no, I could honestly see people dropping it just because that second episode is really random.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Move Love's first episode is the only highest ranking, or no, highest viewing one, sorry.
It will be interesting, though. Like, I am interested in the next episode, since I already had, like, a vested interest in the series. And plus the series, it just gets warped. Like, I'll tell you the ending, like, one of the endings in Alternative, right? The series before, one of the 4 endings, right? One of the characters was captured in one of the previous timelines. And the aliens experimented on her.
Ew.
But they didn't experiment on her the way you think. They experimented on her sexual organs.
That's what I was thinking, but yeah.
All in the hope to make the main character feel disgusted enough to leave her, right?
Oh.
Eventually, her heart gave out from the intense orgasms.
Oh my god.
So the beta said, let's just make this even more fucked up. They gave her a larger heart, enlarged everything else, and just decided to keep going.
Oh my god.
To the point where she was literally just a brain and a spine.
Ugh.
I guess it's going to be interesting.
That's gross.
And I wonder if we will see that animated.
No, please.
I don't either.
No, please.
Yeah.
I watched I don't know if it was 3 or 2 episodes of World Trigger 3rd season.
Ooh.
They're getting into the good stuff, man.
I think I'll catch World Trigger when it's done. It's so hard to. Well, what was the first season like? 50 episodes?
Oh my god. You can't count it off the 50 seasons, Marcel, because they did this original spin-off season. You have to remember, because they caught up to way too early.
God, the first season is 73 episodes?
Yeah, because they caught up so close to the source material that time, and the guy went on a hiatus, so they did like a original spin-off season thing.
Oh my
Arc
god.
Original arc. And it was like, whoa, what is going on? It was a different story altogether, and it was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's just I forgot it was 73. Oh my god. Oh, that's gonna be a long review.
But
speaking of reviews, though, I think my longest review is probably JoJo.
Anyways, pretty good. Though the first episode is just talking to set up for the.
That's usually what return seasons do. My Hero does it all the time.
And then second episode was a little bit more in depth, but still talking. The third season, I believe, is finally going to be the fighting. Because god damn, it's about fucking time. We're getting to the parts where Tamakoma 2 has to get into the top B ranks, basically. Because they won't be able to make A rank to make the away missions, but because they made that weird agreement in Season 2 with Chika lending her power, regardless if Tamakoma 2 can make it or not, they can increase the amount of away members, right? So they're going to take the higher rankers of the B ranks. So they just got to get up in there. And to also get them past the hurdle, because they actually lost to the top ranks in B earlier. They're now adding the neighbor known as Husei, who was one of the antagonists from the second season as well, I believe, who got captured.
Oh, so it's one of those, he was evil before and now he's good.
No. He is not evil, and he's not good. He's a very neutral character. The reason why he's helping them is because he can get off and go, get off Merde or whatever, Earth's dimension thing, and go back to his home world to save his master, who's going to be turned into this weird Treon god, which will supply the Treon or whatever in that world. Because he's a loyal student. That's the only way he can get by, is that he makes an agreement with Border to do that. So that's why he's joining the team. He's still a very anti-hero character at the moment. Type of thing. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen, because this is going to be the first battle as a group of 4. And I read the fights, and they were pretty damn good. They get even better and better, because I'm pretty sure there's like... I think there's 2 fights they got to do. 2 or 3 fights. And damn, those fights are like... They jump hurdles, man. There's so much growth. It makes me so sad and happy. But yeah, I'm excited. What else is there? Miroku-chan. I didn't get to watch the second episode.
I watched the second episode, and I like that they're going for more creepy than scary.
Yeah. Because I feel like scaries would be like too much jump scare type of thing.
Well, it also allows the comedic relief to hit just as much better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the comedic relief in the show is actually pretty fucking hilarious at times.
Oh yeah.
But like,
what?
There were a couple ones that were generally unsettling this episode.
Ah.
The one where... Wait. Oh, it was episode 3 this week. Whoops.
Yeah, there's an episode 2. Wasn't that the one with the cat?
The grabby hand, yeah.
Was the cats or the grabby hand?
It was the cats and the grabby hand.
Mm.
Remember when she was sitting at the desk and turns around just to see her friend being groped by one?
Mm.
Yeah. And this week we had the boyfriend that had a ghoul being like, love me, love me.
Good stuff.
And that one was creepy. The one on the bus was terrifying. But I also love how the old lady who's just like, I feel bad for this girl. I'll give her a prayer ring, and the prayer necklace explodes.
Goodbye.
Yeah, no, but Miroku-chan is very good. Another show that I think could be better, though, is Arena the Cosmonaut.
Oh, that one with the story.
Like, it's good. I like the story. It's got a nice discrimination plot, which makes you root for the main character, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got one major issue. It fucking just dumps it on. It's like, oh, we're the Soviet Union. Isn't that so obvious? We're the Soviet Union and they're America. And I'm just like, I don't need to be told this every 10 seconds.
It's me, the Soviet Union.
Like, here's the thing. They mentioned Purged like 8 times.
Slavyurusia Tovarich.
They had a fucking Chernobyl incident.
Sloslusia. Maya move. I can't.
Like, I get it. You want it as your setting. That's fine. Just tone down telling us it.
I like. Oh god, I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know any other Russian.
And 86 was great.
It's me in American.
86 was great. I was a little surprised. The country that took them in, the Giad Federacy, they're honoring every 86 that died.
Oh.
So they have a memoriam up with every single name of every single 86 that they could find.
Oh. Interesting.
And other than that, the episode showed the first battles with them not as, like, mindless killing drones, but soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fine.
Okay.
You generally feel like the more story elements of it are coming later.
Mm-hmm.
Though I do wonder what's going to happen with Lena, since I do know what's coming in the show. And I wonder when we're going to go back to Lena.
If you say it's going to be political matricide, I'm going to touch somebody.
It's definitely not that.
Political, I don't know. I don't know what other political stuff.
It will be satisfying. But anyway, the last show I wanted to talk about before we continue to talk about worlds that we would try to survive in, I don't think I've seen a show in my life with a better first 2 episodes than Komi-san.
Woo!
It was some of the most brilliant fucking presentation I have ever seen.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It was honestly breathtaking. I was tearing up watching that scene where she's writing her, like, issues on the chalkboard.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it was framed is the camera would be slowly panning across with her lines coming up on the screen all the time. You'd see little moments of her starting to cry, and I'm just like, I love you. Just, the first 2 episodes are so beautiful, it isn't even funny.
Yeah.
Plus, kind of like Miroku-chan, it seems to understand how comic relief works.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The Komi-san face when she just has those bulging eyes. Oh, I love it. Hopefully Netflix is releasing it regularly. I mean, they are supposed to, apparently.
Mm. One more, though. We haven't talked about that we both watched.
Yasuhime?
No. Kyokai Senki.
Oh, yeah! The third episode...
Second episode. I haven't watched the third.
Okay, I watched the second and third. I'll start with the second. I liked the battles. I liked what it set up.
Yeah, and it actually made more set. Yeah.
The touching thing with the grandparents there and whatnot is nice.
And then the boat just...
Yeah, the boat's just destroyed. Hopefully they can pay him back. But the third episode... Oh, man. It's weird. I look at this show and say it has the potential for everything. Why do I feel they're not even going to try?
I didn't watch the third episode, but okay.
I can get that potential with the second episode. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel like, okay, there's something here. We got discrimination. We got people fighting back against the government. Mm. Why do I get this feeling we're not going to see anything? Like, why do I get this strange feeling with the show that we're going to be looking at a bare-bones, simple story that tries nothing?
Okay.
Like, am I just being too paranoid here?
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I don't know what to talk about.
I will say, the third episode does have a decent ending. Plus, I mean, it is supposed to be long. I think Kyokyo Senkai was going to be 20 plus episodes.
Yeah. It's about,
let me check.
It's about the thing of, whatchamacallit, actual Gundam series.
Yeah, it is normal with Sunrise.
Yeah. Sunrise Beyond.
Next airing episode. Kyokyo Senkai. It's on Monday. Yeah, it's supposed to be 25. Oh, there are 2 more shows I want to talk about quickly, though.
Oh, okay.
Demon Slayer, amazing. Go watch it. I think the Mugen Train arc is going to be served better in the series than it was in the movie. And in the movie, it was amazing.
Ew, this is disgusting. There's stuff coming off my desk.
That's disgusting. But another show that I think is going to be a sleeper hit of the season. My Senpai is Annoying.
Ah!
I have loved the first 2 episodes. It has the right amount of annoying, right? Mm-hmm. So it has the right amount of the senpai just being a big loof of an idiot, right? Mm-hmm. But it also has these touching moments. Okay. Like the end of the first episode with her saying that, what if I wanted to be your wife, right? And the senpai just being like, that was just the alcohol talking, right? Mm-hmm. The second episode, when it revealed that her grandpa is this muscle-bound idiot that she puts trust in. And I'm like, oh, no wonder you have feelings for the muscle-bound idiot of a senpai. Rip. And the fact, they had this one moment where they're getting off the train and the senpai, Takeda, grabs a hold of some old man and does a fucking hip toss on him. Because it turns out he found that he was taking pictures under Ichinose's skirt.
Yum.
Igarashi's skirt.
Yum.
But it also helps that the side characters are just adorable.
There's a lot of gross stuff on my desk right now. It's kind of gross.
That's disgusting. But yeah, no, I think My Senpai is Annoying is going to be a sleeper hit. First 2 episodes were great. But yeah, let's continue our talk about last week. We wanted to rate Isekai Worlds, but it ended up turning more into, what Isekai Worlds would we end up just surviving in?
None of them.
Yeah, no, I think like anything that gets below a D, a C means you're probably going to die.
Oh my god, this thing is disgusting. What the heck? But,
Are you okay?
This desk is disgusting, mate.
Why didn't you clean your desk?
I don't know. I didn't think I'd see all this gross stuff on this fucking thing. Okay, anyway, carry on.
But we wanted to continue that, so let's get me about like what we think of the Isekai world. Since at this point we're just rating based on, hey, are we going to live or not?
Are we going to live long enough to enjoy the actual things in there?
Yeah. And I think if the world is rated at least a C, it's passable. Anything below a D, it's just like you're probably going to die. And like we talked about,
C is still, you gotta try.
yeah, but passable is what I'm saying. So like it won't be easy, but like at least you'll live most likely.
Let's look at the shit that we've already rated.
Yeah, we talked about SAO, the game world, and we both decided that, yeah, it's probably not going to be the greatest thing in the world.
You said C, man. I said D.
I think it's survivable.
No
now,
fucking way.
Yes, I think it's survivable.
I mean, after you maybe, like, I don't know, hide out and hunker down, maybe.
I feel like if you can get past the first levels of shock, you can survive in SAO.
Yeah, maybe.
It just wouldn't be easy.
You wouldn't be fighting.
Well, for the most part, no. I guarantee I'd probably go to the second level and just probably make up a shack and sell some bread.
Sit there for the rest of your life waiting for somebody to clear the thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is my life.
I love how this reminds me of all these people like, oh, I'd be great in a civil war. Yeah, let's go to civil war. No, bitch, you'd probably be hiding in the corner crying when your favorite coffee shop was destroyed.
I'd be dead.
But Log Horizon, we both rated a C.
Yeah, there's not as much immediate type of...
Yeah, there's not... You have to go looking for death in Log Horizon.
Yeah. Whereas if
Konosuba, you rated a C, I rated a B.
Yeah.
I think Konosuba is probably one of the worlds you can actually survive in quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Digimon, you rated a B-, I rated a C.
Yeah.
Grimgar Fantasy and Ash, I rated an F, you rated a D.
You're pretty much dead.
And then Overlord, we just switched the same things. So let's continue. I want to talk about ReZero.
So, again, do I have the same circumstances as the main character, or do I just end there?
No, you're a normal person.
Maybe a C or a... Yeah, C, maybe.
Here's the thing about ReZero. I think you could survive quite easily in it. Because, yes, like, around the world, there are things that could kill you, obviously, right?
Mm.
But I think ReZero is pretty close to our world in the fact that, like, the cities, for the most part, are pretty safe.
Sure, but what if I get caught up in the MC's thing?
Okay, that's true. You could get caught up in something. But what's the likelihood of that, right?
I don't know, with the MC being around pretty high.
Yes, but we're talking about just living a normal life. You are a normal person in the ReZero world.
Okay, yeah, more CB area.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna go with B because I think ReZero is a world where you can physically survive a while. Like, it's probably... It's kind of like...
What if I wanted to do magic and shit, though?
Well, then, of course, that would, like, put you more at risk, which is why I think you're saying C.
So I'm more fucked, you said.
Yeah. But, like, kind of similar in the way of Log Horizon, the world is set up enough that you could live a pretty nice life.
Ow. Alright.
I'd say Attack on Titan, but that's just an F.
F. Bye.
Like, who the hell would want to live in AOT's world? Even in Paradise!
Marcel, we would be conscripted.
Oh yeah, no, we'd just be dead.
We'd either be dead or be conscripted and then dead.
Oh, that's just...
Is that an Isekai world? Really? I don't know.
I mean, I'm using it as, like, a different world.
Okay, sure.
But, when we go back to Isekais...
Well, if you're gonna say another worlds, then... Pokemon. I say B.
Which one?
Pokemon Generations? Like, more of a
No,
realistic...
like, which generation? Because, like, there's a lot of worlds that probably change differently.
Just Pokemon itself? The universe? Pokemon universe? With the Pokemon Generations kind of thinking?
You know what? I'm gonna say A.
I'm gonna say B.
I think you can make a good living in Pokemon.
It really depends on how, again, ambitious you are.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to keep this in mind, Marcel. There are more fucked up ways of getting killed in that world because of that. Because there are people that think, just like all the evil teams, that they can use Pokemon as basically as weapons, as tools and stuff, as a way to kill people. And then you're just like, well, I don't know. I got a Caterpie.
I got a level 10 Caterpie.
And you wouldn't know levels because it's not a video game. It's real life, so you have to go out and train and do your best, and hopefully your Pokemon evolves.
How about...
I'm also thinking, like, we don't have Pokédexes because we're not the Dex holders or whatever.
Yeah, that is true.
So that we don't know a lot of information. We're basing it off our experience and other people's experiences that we know.
I just think Pokemon, with, like, the rare likelihood of you going out and getting killed is so less than any other world. Like, remember, we're treating it as Pokemon is. We're not going to say wild Pokemon are going to go rip your throats out.
I'm thinking more Pokemon Generations, Pokemon Special. There's still the dangers of wild Pokemon, because they can get aggressive.
Speaking of dangers, though, how about No Game, No Life?
Seeing as I'm not very good at, like, games in general, except for video games maybe a little bit, but I'm gonna get my ass kicked, so D.
Really?
I would be losing nonstop. I wouldn't be able to make money at all. I wouldn't be able to live, Marcel, because they just take everything away from me and I'd be a slave at that point.
And then you'd have to deal with, like, the superpowers they have.
Yeah. And then I have to deal with, like, I don't know, the elves or the old gods just fucking me over. Other humans, basically, just...
Like, No Game, No
Hey,
Life...
you want to play a game of chess or something? I'll be like, I don't know how to play chess. And they're like, well, too late, we're already in the game thing. Ashente! And then you're like, fuck me.
Like, No Game, No Life is one of those worlds that looks, like, simple on the outside. Oh, just play games, when in reality they got a bunch of bloodthirsty monsters there who want to fuck you over at a moment's notice.
Humans
if you're wondering, I give it an F, because I do not think you could live nicely in No Game, No Life at all.
Nope. Not unless you're No Game, No Lifer.
Alrighty, another isekai world. Why did I click Sonic X? Ew.
You want to go to Sonic?
No, I just clicked Sonic X by accident.
A lot of the things kind of touch each other, or like...
A little bit, yeah.
Touch the same genres. Like, Slime is pretty much, I'd say, the same as... Almost... like... Grimgar Overlord type of thing. Kind of Konosuba-ish, but more... I don't know, at the same time... Smartphone in another world, pretty much the same, because you don't have your...
Yeah, but we're also comparing the worlds too, in a sense.
I feel like if you aren't born in a city itself, there, in Slime, you're kind of got a little rough there, my dude. I'm gonna say maybe a D, C minus. In that one.
Man, Slime is just... Slime kind of feels a lot like ReZero, where it's easy to find yourself in a situation where you aren't too worried. But there's a lot of crazy people as well.
You gotta be worried about, but you're not thinking about it because you're not in that position that you know about that shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say C minus. Like, I think you can live in it. I just think as a normal person, there's a higher chance of you spontaneously combusting.
Have you watched Kiba before, Marcel?
What the fuck is Kiba?
It's an earlier isekai show. It's very interesting.
I could not tell you, my friend.
Okay, well, I probably say no to that too, because it seems like I'd probably get fucked by those big gigantic monster things. So,
what if you reincarnated to the world of the fruit of evolution?
I'd shoot myself instantly.
Why?
Because I don't want to do that.
Like, I don't know why you hate that show so much. It's not that bad.
I don't want to live. It's too difficult. Don't want to live in that.
What? I don't get what your hatred is of that show.
The Rising of the Shield Hero. How about that?
Oh my god, that one was just...
I don't know. I feel like...
You have to take into account, like...
It's weird.
The entire world is still facing those attacks.
Yeah. I'm probably going to give that a D. Because if I don't live in the city, or I'm not well off, or I'm not, like, you know... born of high status, very, very high status, I'm probably gonna get fucked.
I'm gonna give it an F.
D.
I just think the constant attacks will be too much.
How about
add on the high status idiocy and the cult-like nature of the church?
Oh yeah.
Like, there's just too much to deal with.
Drifters. Instant F.
Yeah, F. I think one thing we can establish here is that
the guys that made Hellsing are not good people.
yeah. But no, one thing I think we can establish here is that there aren't a lot of worlds in fiction where you'd actually survive.
That's hard level mode. That's insane mode right there.
Remember how I mentioned Wow Such Gaming? They do Would You Survive X Apocalypse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they've covered everything from Would You Survive the T-Virus Apocalypse to Would You Survive the Halo Aliens Invasion?
No, fuck no.
And most of them end with why you wouldn't survive. Because, let's be real, you probably wouldn't survive much fiction.
It's like a 1% to 0.5% type of thing chance.
Like, they just did why you wouldn't survive Squid Game.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't, no.
Yeah, why you wouldn't survive the Dead by Daylight killers. Why you wouldn't survive Gears of War Lambency infection.
No, I'd be dead.
Why you wouldn't survive Back 4 Blood's ridden zombie apocalypse.
I'd be dead too.
Like, there's a lot here that kind of,
How about Saga of Tanya the Evil Mercy?
Oh, that's World War II, just with flying jetpacks.
I know, but what if we're lucky and we're kind of on the other side?
We'd still die!
I'd say D, just because there's a slight chance you could be somewhere far away. Knights of Magic?
That one's weird, because there isn't much real...
No, there's real threats. There's the monsters still.
Yes. But most of the time you're in a giant sheltered city.
And there are other kingdoms as well, like the one of the end attacks, you know, and stuff like that.
But that felt like more of a rarity than anything.
No, remember, that was the beginning of the storm. And then there was a series of everything else after that. Remember?
I'm gonna say C. I feel like you could live a decent life in it, but it'd be a struggle at times.
I say C minus. I'm just gonna get my ass kicked by a mech defender monster.
Alright, I honestly don't know how much further we can go before we start really repeating ourselves.
Isekai Nobu. Isekaya Nobu? I'd say that's a B.
Isekai Nobu?
Izekaya Nobu.
Food
from another world, and that.
Oh, Restaurant of Another World?
No, it's not. It's not the Shokugeki one. It's It's the pub, basically. Pub restaurant in another world. The Japanese restaurant in another world, basically. It's shorter episodes and everything. I think it's possible to live there because there's not much going on, honestly. I can
Obviously,
live there. I would be sad about the food, but I'd live there and just be sad. And be alive.
I think it's weird. I feel like we're kind of at the end of this topic, if you ask me.
Most of these freaking isekais have freaking wars going on, man. I can't do anything.
When we go to would you survive sweetness and lightning? It'd be like, of course you would.
Okay, you know what? Let's just look at other worlds in general.
Okay.
Let's just look at other worlds that are different type of thing. Okay, like a Gundam type of world, Marcel.
Oh, F.
Oh.
Instant F.
Hey, man, there's a chance that I might be on a piece of flight. Oh, no, fuck, there's like a fucking bazillion cruisers outside with all these Gundams coming in. Ah, fuck, I'm dead.
It's just... fictional worlds, for the most part, aren't meant for survival for us normal humans.
Something like, Inuyasha.
That's just
that's early Sengoku period with
early Sengoku period.
Yokai stuff, magic and things and monsters.
Yeah, that's another F.
Really, I'd say that's a. Oh no, yeah, that's.
Chewie, can you fight off a giant 8-foot Oni trying to rip your ass out of your head?
I'm just gonna say, there's always a chance I'm not in such a terrible area, so I'm gonna go with D-.
You've seen Inuyasha's world?
They're not always. Not every place is getting fucked the fuck over.
99% of the world is on fire most of the time.
Okay, how about One Piece, Marcel?
F.
What? Really?
The amount of pirates and bullshit in that world, oh, I'd fucking be just dead.
You know what? Always a chance that I could be in some places of the world is not too bad. D- again. Naruto, and I'm not talking about Boruto. I'm talking Naruto, like Shippuden and before. There, yeah.
E.
D for normal people. Oh god. I feel like that's more likely for me to get fucked too. D- again.
I think I'm just proving the point.
Yeah, maybe.
Fictional worlds just aren't livable. You have to be some sort of Super Saiyan psychopath just to survive.
You have to be a main character. You gotta have plot armor.
But do you want to call this episode here? Combined, it'd be about 2 hours?
Oh, yeah. This is 50 minutes.
Yeah, so combined it's about 1 hour and 30.
Hey, so yeah, we teased a whole bunch of stuff with what's on the screen, but
Yeah, that stuff that's on the screen will be uploaded in November. Don't you worry. But next week we're gonna be talking about the worst anime fandoms.
While doing this, huh?
Well, I mean, we're still gonna continue the podcast episodes.
Well, we're doing this separate. Oh.
We could do it at the same time. I mean, we may not be always needed to talk about Pokemon.
R.I.P.S. Good luck, everyone. See you.
We'll be fine. See you next week.
We'll actually do this. They did not give me enough fries in this fucking fry box. Fuck this.